Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Wob Sports. I'm the host with obviously the tin hat, right? I'm the host with the tin hat. Joseph, Joey Wobbs, at your service. We're gonna be going through Victor Osimhen. We're gonna rehash. We're gonna start off with rehashing my theory. We're gonna go over my theory. We're gonna go over what has happened in my theory, what has actually came true. We started really this channel with the theory, and I've been kind of hanging high on this theory for, as most people in the chat that's been my regulars know. This theory has been what I've hung my hat on since I started YouTube. About 5 weeks ago now, we started YouTube. We're already at over 250 subscribers. Big up to everybody that is a subscriber. I really appreciate you guys joining. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure that you're joining the squad. We are going to be doing watch-alongs. We're going to be doing Estival watch-along later this week on Wednesday. And we are going to also be doing preseason watch-alongs when Lewis is not available, depending on when Lewis wants to be available for and awake for these situations. And we're going to talk transfer news. That's what it's going to be. We're going to talk transfer news. That's what my specialty is. That's where my scouting ability comes into place. And let's kind of get it started. Big up to everybody in chat. Big up to everybody. Okay. Harrison JC, CNAC, Mediterranean Lewis. Big up to Jonathan, my guy Jonathan, always coming through, one of my regulars. Big up to Solomon. Big up to Danish. Okay. Now, to start this off, best way to start this off is with the theory. Okay. Everybody that's probably here knows the theory, but we're going to just do it just so it's on recorded again. Okay. So the theory was back when the links came out that we weren't going to get Victor Osimhen. I said that they were bullshit. Okay. I said they were bullshit. I said we wouldn't be linked with this guy for as long as we've been linked with this guy. And we wouldn't have done the type of groundwork that we did. And by the way, something that came to my thought process when I was doing this, like coming up with this theory, Victor before the end of last year came out with a statement saying that he was going to come out and tell the whole entire world where he was going. That statement still has not came out yet. There's a reason I think that that's the case, because he picked us as a club. And the whole idea of where this was going was always PSG had to sell a couple players, had to sell one of the strikers that they had to get this going. Okay, that was the one place that I knew that we probably couldn't compete with when it comes to wages. Okay, The problem with them selling a striker is they got both these strikers last year, and they're both on pretty high wages. And even Goncalo Ramos ended up coming this recent year. Okay, so I don't know if the way that they would have to get more of a loan with an obligation to buy for either Goncalo Ramos or Kolo Muani, and neither of those things I believe will happen. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't believe that there's a club out there that's willing to take either of these guys. Okay? Not only that, I do believe that they would rather go for Julian Alvarez before they go to Victor. Okay? And I'm talking PSG. Now, back to the theory. The theory, in essence, came from the fact that Fabrizio Romano, when he first reported on this stuff and first reported that we weren't informed, but it was more of an as of right now situation. Okay, So I put it together that we are looking for an X amount of money for Napoli for Lukaku, and Lukaku's going to go to Napoli. We all know Lukaku's going to Napoli. Like that's like a given at this point, right? We all know Lukaku's on his way to Napoli. It's just, do we get Victor on the other side of it at this point, right? Like there's no question that Lukaku's going to Napoli at this current moment. No question whatsoever. We're not even like thinking otherwise. He's not going to Saudi. He's not like he's all these things are it doesn't make sense for him to go to Saudi first and foremost. Well, I guess it could, but with the way that Napoli are moving with Antonio Conte, you know he's going to want his son, right? You know he's going to want his son. So now that we pretty much got the Lukaku part out of the way, right? After Lukaku gets moved, and by the way, we'll talk a little bit more on Lukaku here. But after Lukaku can't be moved until they move Victor. First and foremost, that's been stated very clearly, right? That's been stated extremely clearly. All right. And PSG Fabrizio Romano came out today that says PSG has to sell a striker to get Victor. He's still on the list, which means very little. Okay, JK, I'm going to be honest with you. It means very little that he's on a list if they sell a striker. You think that they're going to be able to sell an $80 million striker to one of these two? They need to make $80 million. They need to make $80 million. Otherwise, it's a loss. They're going to be taking losses. Okay? That you like as a club that's trying to go pay more money for another striker, you cannot be taking losses on players. Okay? Goncalo Ramos at this current moment, no matter what you look at, he's a loss. Plain and simple. He's an L. Bought him for 80. You're not getting 80 for him back. You bought him this year for 80, by the way. This window. Okay? That you bought him for, because he was on loan last year with the obligation to buy. Had to buy him. Forced to buy him. There's that. Second, Kolo Muani. Okay? I don't know where this guy could go. I don't know. There isn't a spot there isn't a spot in the world that I could actually think someone would go for Kolo Muani. He was just bought for $100 million just last year. So now you're talking about selling two assets that are nearly impossible to get off your books at this current moment with the type of seasons they had last year. The type of seasons they had last year, it is nearly impossible to get these guys off the books. Nearly. I once again, I haven't been wrong about a lot of this. Okay? I have not been wrong about a lot of this. I've been seriously on point. When Samuel Meridian came around, right? I went and I did the research. I said, this guy's not moving. Okay? This guy's not moving. He comes out in an interview on his own and says, I'm staying at Atletico Madrid. Now the idea of this deal comes to the idea of the fact that we wanted $38 million for Lukaku. Okay? That's where this deal starts to really like kick in my mind, right? We wanted $38 million for Lukaku. We go and we say, Napoli, we are willing to be able to give you this deal at a €5 to $10 million off. Okay, we've already gave him that gave him the okay. This is, you're good. 30 plus 5. I called it a month ago. 30 plus 5. I have the tweet to prove it. 30 plus 5. Okay. Now, nobody in the world can afford Victor. Nobody. There's nobody in the world outside of Saudi that can afford Victor. And if a Saudi move was on the board, it would have been done. It would have been done. You don't think that Napoli wants to get Lukaku across the line? This shit would have been done. He would have been already gone to Saudi. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, Saudi's already pivoting, or is already pivoting to other places. Abu Dhabi for 60 million. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang today. Like there are other places where this guy, like there's not a place, they've already pivoted off of this guy. Like people think that this guy's going to be the guy that's going to go there. I doubt it. At his age, 25, I doubt it. Okay. Now, Victor, and I'm going to start bringing up some tweets here because I do understand that this is an expensive deal, okay? And that we potentially could still be priced out of it, okay? I do understand that it's in an overall sense, okay? But when you are negotiating for play, when you're negotiating and you're asking, and someone's asking for something you have, and you want something they have, and we've already given you the break that you're looking for to get the player you want, that means that there's been two-sided negotiations here already. Okay? That's what that means. There's been two-sided negotiations here already. This is an omen. This is nothing but an omen. There's a reason why there hasn't been links to other places for this guy. All right, we bring up the other links. We could bring the fucking other links up. Here are the links. Once again, like I said in my freaking theory, PSG need to sell a striker. Okay? PSG need to sell a striker. I know, JK, like I said, it's mostly agent fees in my mind because here's the thing, JK. The agent fees, from my understanding, are around 8 to 10 million. Okay, that's the one thing that holding it up. I think if you get rid of the salaries of Kepa and Lukaku, you don't mind paying this guy 225 plus bonuses. It wouldn't make a difference to them to pay them 225 or 250 plus bonuses. He's at 200 right now. And the only reason he's at 200 right now is because he wanted to leave last year, and Napoli made sure that they paid him for another year so they could get the full amount of money for him. Otherwise, he probably would have been on our team last year if it wasn't for ADL just being a fucking dickhead. I'm going to be straight up with you guys. Like, that's just that's just what I believe. The way that we've been linked with this guy for as long as we've been linked for this guy. Now, there's been some other things happening around, and I do want, Jonathan, thank you for bringing that up again. I do want to bring that up. Let's talk numbers, okay? I gotta pull up the Chelsea wage books real quick, just so you guys take a look and see why I think what I think. Okay, here it is, right here. Here's Chelsea wage structure, okay? So you're taking 325 off of the books. You're taking another 150 off the books. Where is Broya's down here? He's another 40 off the books. Conor Gallagher, another 50 off the books. And you think we couldn't pay this guy 225, 250, put him right at Reece James' number? After dropping all those wages, you're talking 325. I'm going to do the math. I'm actually going to do the math. 325 plus the 150 from Kepa that Kepa's on, right? He's on 150. Plus the 50 that Connor's on. Plus the 40 that Broya's on. It's 90. 50 plus it's 240, 225. It's 565. It's a half a million dollars that we're taking off a week. That Lukaku, this is not wrong, actually, JK. This is actually not wrong. Okay, so what happened last year is Lukaku took a pay cut just for last year, by the way. Just for last year. That's what I'm saying. He took just a pay cut just for last year to be able to go to Roma. It was only for last year, though. And even then, if we were to cut this in half, right? You're still looking at 400 plus in wages. 400 plus in wages that we would be getting off our books. And you're telling me we couldn't put one big signing on 250. One big signing on 250. Plus Champions League bonuses. 250 plus Champions League bonuses. I do not believe that can't be done, in my opinion. I believe specifically when it comes to Victor Osimhen, it's going to be down to the agent fees. Because I believe that they think that this guy will is one of those players that you can believe in because he already proved it. Like, that's what I believe that is the case. Okay. Now, I think Broya, we can get 20 from Broya. I thought Jonathan had a phenomenal thought process behind it because Broya was linked to Monaco before they started to go for Georges Mikatadze. Now that Mikatadze is going to Lyon after today because of, I thought I brought it up on Ahmed's stream, but Mikatadze has been a youth Lyon player from a long time ago, so he wanted to go back to Lyon. Now he'll be Lyon's top number one striker. Okay. JK 250 we shouldn't even blink if we can give him, if at 250 we shouldn't blink, we should just give it to him. Yeah, I mean Jonathan, I think it's less. No matter what, I think it ends up being less. Like, even like if we're just talking Kepa, Lukaku, just those two players, you're talking 475 a week. On just those two players. Just those two players, 475 a week off the books. So you're telling me we couldn't put that guy, half that 425 towards Victor Osimhen? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but two big signings. Yeah, I mean, you could fit two big signings in there. You could in that wage bracket. You could give Nico Williams 200 plus K a week. Not that I think we'll get Nico Williams. I highly doubt, but you could. You really could. That's what I'm saying. You could go get a goalkeeper afterwards. Like, if you're shaving the wage bill the way that I think you will end up shaving the wage bill, which is probably over 500K, in my opinion. It's going to be around 500K shaved off the wage bill this summer. Okay? Around that number, let's just say. Okay? You could put one player on 250. You could go get a guy. Go get a batsman. Right? Like, that's what we've been waiting for. Go get a batsman. Guys, I've never been like, as much as I love this tin hat theory and I've been pushing it, I just want our team to get a bagsman. I need a different profile to Nico. Okay, like, that's been my thing. I need a different profile to Nico. I've been pushing this. I was even okay with John Duran. Okay, that's in my mind. I was okay with it because it was a different profile to what Nico was. But this is the guy at that profile. This is the guy at that profile. Like, there isn't another one of these guys out there at his age bracket. Like, not even Erling Haaland is as good as this guy in the air. Okay? Not even him. There's not going to be another guy out there that you're going to go and get that's going to be able to give you the type of production and the type of production that you're going to be able to get aerially. Now you add Cueva, who had Tony scoring goals off of set pieces. You give him Victor. Bro, Victor is a different monster, bro, in the air. He's a different monster. He's a different monster. Like, I can't press it enough. Let's just go throw some of the stats up, okay? Because I'm already dying on this fucking hill, right? Like, if I'm gonna die on this hill, I'm gonna fucking die on the hill, right? Like, we might as well die if this thing happens though. Oh, your boy is gonna go crazy. Your boy will. I don't know what just fucking happened. But yeah, literally, like I'd go crazy if if this shit happens, bro. I'll go crazy. Let's see. I want to pull up aerial stats. That's the thing I want to pull up. Bro, this guy, I don't care. I don't even care if we end up with Tony, guys. That's the thing. Is I won't even care if we end up with Tony. That's the thing. I just want a different kind of striker. Okay. Now that I got 20 minutes of me getting this off my chest and me getting this, I'm gonna shoot the link out for the panel. I'm gonna ask them some questions. We could bring them on and see what's going on with this. Let me see here. We might have a new panelist too. One of my buddies, who I'm going to be doing an NFL podcast with. Soon, very, very, very soon. Let's send it to Lewis, and that should be everybody. It should be everybody. Okay. Nah, if I wouldn't do that. I'm from now on waiting at least a year before I put anybody's name on the back of a shirt, because I have Lukaku on the back of a shirt. So, yeah, that's the realness of it. Now, as I wait for some people to potentially roll through, I don't know if anybody's going to roll through, but potentially roll through. I'm going to pull up, try to find some stats here to back up my theory. Give me a second. Where's the website that I used to use all the time? There you are. All right. What's up, Nathan?
Yeah, big up Joey. Big up the chat. How are we?
So, pull this up here. And this is, mind you, this isn't a team that had 3 fucking different managers. Okay? 3
That's
different systems, 3 different managers. They lost Fabian Ruiz. We all saw how good Fabian Ruiz was in the tournament this year. We all saw how good he was. Okay? So this is without Fabian Ruiz and 3 different managers this year. Okay? Let's put it in a perspective here. I want everyone to understand the perspective. 15 goals, 3 assists. 98th percentile based off of the number of minutes he had. Goal involvements, 98th percentile based off the minutes. Expected goals, 99th percentile. Oh, okay. So shots taken, 99th percentile. Shots on target, 99th percentile. Whoa, what just happened? I don't know why my mouse keeps on putting back a screen for some reason. That's why I got kicked off blue. All right. Shots off target, also 99th percentile, but shots conversion rate, 86th percentile. We don't need him to be a passer. His dribble is 70th percentile, which is higher than freaking Omeridian. And this is just defensive duels. Aerial duels 70th percentile. I wish I could pull up the year before stats on this website. That's the only thing. Because the year
It
before,
doesn't let you.
oh my God, it's unbelievable. Everything about what he did that year before was unbelievable. Goal per 90 is 0.6, almost 0.7. I mean, bro, if this guy had Jackson's chances last year, he would have scored 25 goals in my sleep. I would have not even he would have scored 25 goals in his sleep.
Hey, I wouldn't even question it.
All right, let's see here. What do I need to join the stream? JK, you just need to message me, bro. Just message me on Twitter. I'll send you the link right now, bro. You could come jump on. Come jump on. You're more than welcome to. Don't get how we're trying to find a coaster replacement. Yeah, we're still trying to find a coaster replacement, right? I did not know this. That's actually crazy. Honest. Bro. Bro, your guess is as good as mine, my dude. Your guess is as good as mine, bro. Between Palmer, Reese, Gusto, and Cuckoo, even Sterling, bro. Sterling plays better with a strike, like a true striker, off of a true striker. Not someone who's going to drop back, someone who's going to be up in the box and play off of a true striker. Okay?
Yeah, it's kind of a two-part answer to that question. First one is, for obvious reasons, the money, depending on how much we end up getting Osimhen for. We have a bad record of spending a lot of money on strikers, and they just fail for whatever reasons. Even I can't surmise why Lukaku did what he did, and some of the other players.
Lukaku wouldn't have failed if he didn't do some dumbass shit.
Yeah, it was definitely an attitude thing, and he just kind of. Yeah,
he would have scored plenty of goals for us, in my opinion. If
Alvaro
he
Morata
wasn't
was another one.
Dumbass.
Yeah.
At least we got our money back for that one.
And then also, I guess people are just not sold on Osimhen based on what happened last season, which, as Joey put into context, 3 different managers and the way that team just fell off after Spalletti left. So,
everyone is hyping up Fabian Ruiz right now, and he was the one that played with Victor and had Victor.
Yeah.
Do you understand how good that midfield was? Like, people don't really understand how good that midfield was. It was Fabian Ruiz, Lobotka, and Anguissa. Like, that is a perfectly balanced midfield. As balanced as you can make a midfield, that is perfectly balanced. And Spalletti had there was nobody that could defend that Napoli team on the break.
Nope.
Period. There wasn't a team that could defend him on the break. And then you have the technical ability of Maradona, and then the aerial ability of Victor, and it just caused everyone it caused Liverpool problems the year before. People forget that shit. That Liverpool fucking that tie. Napoli versus Liverpool 2 years ago. Victor destroyed Van Dijk. He made Van Dijk look like a goddamn pansy in the first leg, bro. He did. Oh my, bro. He fucking killed. They beat him 3-0. Napoli beat him 3-0. It was almost single-handedly tormented Liverpool that game. Tormented, bro. I just, once again, I don't understand how people think this guy fails. He's one of those guys. That like I kind of feel a little bit more. I don't like using this term, but you see how hard he works, right? Like off the ball specifically. Like you just see how hard he works, and it's like something's coming from that. Not only that, you just see like the capability, like. Yeah, he's not the most technical player. I wouldn't say he's like he has a great touch. But you're talking about a guy who can just turn, shoot, and score at any moment.
Sometimes all you need. Yeah.
At any moment, bro. We miss that, bro. We miss that create from nothing type of
Exactly.
goals. We miss
Chase down
that.
a lost cause
It's
type of passing.
Palmer.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. Chase down a lost cut. Exactly. Chase down a ball that's has no right going and getting, and then bullying his man to it. Bullying it. Like, dude, this is nuts. That's a nutty number.
It is.
Nearly a goal or assist a game is a nutty number per 90.
I wouldn't put past the section of our fan base to want him to fail just to prove a point as well, because we know we got people like that in our fan base. We know.
I don't give a
we
fuck.
do. Of course, it's just like, for honest, to answer his question, yeah, they're pretty much the main two reasons why people think that Osimhen would not work. But based on that logic, then what makes them think any other striker like an Alvarez, who I also wouldn't mind us getting, what makes them think he wouldn't succeed? Because he's not as tall as Osimhen, doesn't have the attributes that Osimhen does. He has different ones, but once people start thinking players are going to like fail, or specifically strikers, it's pointless buying one then, because you're just thinking one way, which you don't know how the system's going to play out and how Maresca's going to set the team up. It's just.
But now are we complaining to have too many of those options?
Yeah.
Are we going to complain to have more of those options than just one? Because I know Christopher Nkunku is that. I already know that, but he didn't get to show everybody
can
that.
play there too.
Yeah. I know that Christopher Nkunku can do that, but I don't think everybody's not has gotten the belief that I have of Christopher Nkunku. Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, Victor Osimhen has missed training to the back-to-back days.
Oh, has he now? Okay. If that doesn't scream I want to leave, then I don't know what does.
Yep. Back-to-back days. Victor has not made it to training, by the way. Back-to-back days.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Maybe there's talks right now. Danish. I don't think it's an injury, because I know that he had an injury last month that he recovered from. Him and Gyökeres were going through. They had 4 weeks that they were recovering from an injury. That was literally all beginning of June.
Yeah, and also that means Osimhen would know these reports in the media that they actively want Lukaku in the squad. Like, I'm not saying he thinks they want to replace him with Lukaku and he can't play with Lukaku, but obviously I think he can put one and two together. And maybe he's just like, yeah.
I read the report. He wasn't in training at all.
Okay.
From Napoli's direct, one of Napoli's direct correspondents. So I don't know, bro. I don't know. I think like I've said from this whole entire thing, I just want a different. I want a different profile. Like,
agreed.
If it's Victor, then perfect. That's the number one option in that position that you can go get. Fantastic. Go do it. Right?
Yeah.
Go do it. Right? Like as long as the numbers work out, which I eventually I'm assuming they will, as long as they want Lukaku from us, right? That's the whole thing, in my opinion. That's the whole thing.
We know
right?
they want Lukaku from us, yeah.
That's been the whole thing. That's literally been the whole thing. Maybe, buddy. Maybe 1 second. I didn't check. Oh, yeah. I got you. 1 second.
But I think we're on the same page if we somehow can't get Osimhen for whatever reason, right? Whether it's Ivan Toney comes in instead, maybe.
Yeah.
Somehow an Alvarez, but that'd be a lot harder. Less likely.
That's not the same profile, though.
That's what I was saying. Like, what I'm trying to say is, like, for me personally, I don't know about you, but me personally, I'm not really one that has to fall on this, like, die on this hill of, like, they must be a certain height type striker. That's just me. I know obviously people would prefer 6 foot and taller.
That's not really necessarily like a preferred height type of situation. I just want like a different option to what Nico is. Okay, like we're going in, and like when we talk about Alvarez, like I like what he can do. I'm not really sold as him as a solo striker, in my opinion. Like that's why Atletico makes a lot of sense for him in the end.
Yeah.
Because Atletico plays a dual striker system, right? Like they actually play dual striker, and like it's like Griezmann will be up there. Fucking, they'll be like, it's either Griezmann, they had Depay, they had Morata last year, right? That was the three. And then they had Correa, who came back from injury late. Now it's going to be Emeridian, Alvarez, and fuck, Griezmann.
Yeah, Griezmann's still there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, I mean, I'm
like
guessing I'm imagining a system where we play like with Nkunku maybe up top with him, or like someone like close by, or him behind someone, like that sort of deal with Alvarez, because I'm a big fan of his movement off the ball and just like his all round like link up play is decent for someone his age. Like he's not a dumb player. He's quite an intelligent striker player. You have to be kind of when you're that short compared to some of the tall centre backs you're up against. I mean, if someone like
how
Pep trusts
tall?
someone like him
How
to play,
tall was Drogba? I don't think he was like that.
it wasn't like a giant, but what, close to
6'2".
6'2", huh?
But he was
There you
still
go.
pretty tall.
Yeah, still pretty
still
tall.
pretty Yeah. You know what that means, Jonathan? There's no injury at all. That's what that means.
Okay.
If one's saying one thing and one's saying another thing, that means there's no injury fucking at all. That's what the fuck it means. That's how it normally means. It just means that he's injured for not be in training. Injured. You know what I'm saying? Muscle fatigue and then muscle fatigue. Yeah, it's who else said that? Yeah, he hasn't been in training. Yeah, that's what I said on Twitter. That's from what I was reading. He wasn't in training at all last 2 days.
Yeah,
there's a million second striker. That's a good point. That's a good point. There's a lot of second strikers out there, like a lot, a fuck ton of them. Like Kai, João Felix. I mean, Cuckoo, Xavi Simmons. Like, fuck, you could probably play Gakpo there. Depay, fucking Griezmann, Alvarez. I just named 10 off the top of my head, and all from top teams. 10. They're all second strikers, every single one of them.
That's the thing. I think a lot of these players have had to adapt their game to like sort of fit that role, because they were never real. Like João Felix was an out and out 10 at Benfica, and then when he went to Atletico, he thought he was going to do that, and then that's not how they play over there. But some of these players, I guess, are technically gifted enough to do that, but they're not really strikers per se. Like center forwards at best.
Closer to them. They need players closer to them because their distribution isn't as good. So, bro, I mean, shit, Xerxes. Great example.
Xerxes makes sense. He's a second striker. I can see that. But like, I think people are shoehorned the likes of João Felix's and your these players like that, and think that they're second strikers when it's kind of a misnomer. They're not really. They can kind of do that because they're good on the ball and they can shoot.
I think that they are second strikers, bro. I think João Felix's best position is close to a hold up man. I think that's where he is best, in my opinion. Welcome, JK. Bro, JK, just make sure your surrounding noise around you is just kind of muted, okay? Because we can hear it in the background, okay?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I can hear you.
I can hear my voice being spoken back to me in the background.
For fuck's sake.
You have the YouTube up still on your computer. That's what it is. Yeah. Just turn off the YouTube. What you saying, bro? What you saying?
Trying to work out how to use this first.
No, you're good now. We can't hear anything in the background.
Good. The Osimhen deal, it needs to be done. Like, for what he does for the team and what he offers and what he brings, it's a no-brainer. And obviously, you explained it, and I'm on board. But if they don't get rid of Lukaku and somehow we don't bring in Osimhen, then it's a failure.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing is I don't think the whole Lukaku. I think the Lukaku thing is somewhat part of it, right, JK? It's more somewhat part of it, but it's more the fact that like they have a deal agreed to get him off the wage book regardless, right? Like that's like regardless, they have that deal lined up for us. So like I don't think it's too much of an issue. And Napoli, there was like links to Napoli going for Mason Greenwood for a bit, but he's going to Marseille. Like everything seems to line up like exactly the way that we think it is right now, right? Lukaku's gonna go to Napoli. That shit's like nearly done. Basically, the only thing that Napoli need to do is get Victor off of their books and get the money that because they spent a lot of their money already. They spent the money they spent on 2 center backs already, and they're bringing in Spinazzola as a free agent. So they've spent a lot of the money that they're spending money already, like that they've accumulated from like transfers from previous sales and like the installments that they're getting. They've already spent majority of that. So now for them to get Lukaku, they need to get, which seems to be done already, they need to get Victor off the books. So once they sell Victor, the easiest way to sell Victor is to sell Victor to us in the end, because that deal, like they've probably already had these conversations when speaking about Lukaku. Like they've probably already said, hey, it is like, if you can get us to this number, we'll take Lukaku, we'll take Osimhen off your hands. And they're like, and this is what's probably happening. They probably already have a deal lined up for him. Okay, that's just the honest truth. Because you don't go through conversations on Lukaku. You don't go through those conversations. Napoli and Chelsea don't go through those conversations without having a conversation about Victor. Like you don't enter the same room, have conversations about one player without you finding out what you want from them, right? So now there's the reports. The reports are coming out that we're linked, right? These reports are coming out that we're getting linked again. That's because we've had conversations with them on Victor, right? And said, this is what we're willing to do pretty much. This is my guess. But you don't go, like, I'm in sales. So like I get negotiations as good as anybody, right? But you don't go into that conversation of selling Lukaku to Napoli without asking what's the lowest number they're willing to go to Victor on. And then you tell them what your number is. You're saying, this is what we're willing to put down on Victor. We need to move a few pieces, right? We need to move a few pieces, but this is what we're willing to put down on Victor. As soon as Napoli accepts that deal, I don't believe it's a single issue of getting him across the line after that. I don't. The only thing is going to be the holdup is we'll negotiate the agent fees just like Man U negotiated the agent fees on Xerxes. So then you'll get it across the line, but it'll be negotiated in the end on the agent fees. And like that's why it's taking a bit right now for Xerxes to get finished up right now, is because it has nothing to do with anything outside of actually getting the final details out, and the final details are normally just paying the agent. So like that's the thing. That's the thing in this whole sense. Is like I think a rough estimation on where time wise of when this will all like really start to kick off is going to be like end of July, beginning of August is when we'll really see the it's going to be like a domino effect. You'll start seeing a couple players get sold first, right? Like potentially like Gallagher to Atletico Madrid, Kepa to Real Madrid or Saudi, whatever one you want to fucking say, right? One of these two plays, those two deals happen, right? And then you'll see real strong things start to come out about Victor to us. And once again, it's timing, right? It's still timing, because I still believe, like Fabrizio says, is there's still the chance that PSG sells, right? Like if PSG finds a way to sell one of these guys, which I just don't believe can happen, then kudos to them. They have the ability to get Victor over us, because they just the wages that they're probably going to put down in front of this guy after losing Mbappe are going to be ridiculous. So like that's kind of the thing. That's kind of the thing.
But right that happened, wouldn't they have to take a huge loss?
Say again?
Wouldn't they have to take a huge loss to sell one of their strikers? So like Ramos.
Yeah, that those are two things that, once again, it has to be a feasible enough deal for them to not take a loss. Like literally. Like, it has to be a feasible enough deal for them to not take a L on the deal, because you're talking about players that you're not gaining money from. You're losing money on. Kolo Muani and Goncalo Ramos are players that you would lose money on at this current moment. They're not positive assets. They're negative assets at this current moment on the books. And when it comes to PFF and the way that these things are trying to get these done, like, don't be surprised. Like, just don't be surprised. Osimhen is ready to accept what he gets in Napoli. It's obvious Chelsea is the final destination, except PSG want to spend without reason. I get they want to, but they're not capable of doing so. Is the realistic nature of it? They're just not capable of doing so with the rules and regulations that are involved with the spending, because when you lose, I don't think people understand the value of the struggle they are that they're gonna find themselves in, because you losing Mbappe on a free does not allow you to go and spend that kind of money on another player just right again. It doesn't give you the right to. You may get money back from Mbappe, right? But that doesn't give you the right on the books when it comes to FFP. Like, it's not. It doesn't matter. It's a zero gain in the end. He ran out his contract and you got a zero gain out of it. So you can't just all of a sudden say, I want to put another 100 on top of it when they spent 3 on strikers in the last year. Like, they just spent nearly 200 million on strikers in the last year. Their TV rights deal just got cut in half. So the money they get from TV rights just got literally cut in half from what they were previously. It's not as cut and dry for them as people expect. They literally have to sell to buy. And if we take advantage of the situation, we can end up better, Solomon. DiMarzio talks, bro. DiMarzio's gonna talk, and it's okay if Victor's agents in Paris, like, they have to do their due diligence, right? We probably already have spoken to them. Okay, that's the truth, Jonathan. We've already probably spoken to them, and when you actually say, okay, can you get us this deal? When they actually go to Paris, they're going to tell them the same thing that Fabrizio just told us. We need to sell before we can buy you. So here we are. Same kind of fucking stalemate as Manchester United in this sense, except they can't get the money for him. They can't get the money. They can't. They could pay him the wages. The wages ain't the problem. They can't get the money financially to do it when they just spent 80 on Goncalo Ramos this window. This specific window, bro. They spent it on. This specific window. Exactly. And by the way, I see some new faces in here. Make sure that we're subscribing to the channel. I appreciate everybody joining. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're liking the stream. We'll get more people here if you do like the stream. So just a better conversation for everybody in the end. So here we are. Yeah, it's like they're taking a mortgage, a balloon mortgage, bro. If you know what balloon mortgages are, you're old enough you're as old as me or older. You know what a balloon mortgage is. Yeah, the TV deal. I said that they spent the Mbappe money ahead of him leaving. That is a good point. I mean, last year the amount of spending they had. I mean, you're talking Ruiz, Kolo Muani, Vitinha. I mean, shit, Barcola. You add they couldn't afford Goncalo Ramos, so they put Goncalo Ramos on the next year. And League One, like you said, League One is is just losing money as a league itself. You're right. They literally, their TV rights deal got cut in half, Brian. Their TV rights deal got cut in half. But the other side of this, though, K2, the other side of this is, does Victor really want to go back to France? I actually question that. Does Victor really want to go back to France? Weren't you just there before?
Yeah.
Like, weren't you just there before this? Why would you want to go back to France? What you gonna get out of going back to France?
Aside from money, that's about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I get it. You're a young African male. You need to get your bread up. That's fine. That's fine. But you want a challenge to prove yourself against Erling Haaland? You got one, buddy. He's right here. Just come through to the league.
Yeah. And the same would be said if he went to Saudi as well, but that depends.
Big up JP. Yo, this is my boy JP. Me and him are going to be doing NFL streams together. And I think he was part of a watch along of mine back in the day
Manchester against Liverpool FA Cups in the final. Yeah,
that's what it was.
Sir, what's up, boys? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
cool.
JP, you've been listening in at all? You've been listening in at all, seeing what the conversation is?
I haven't been able to find you guys. I've been trying to, but I have no idea how to find it. So
I sent you the link, so I don't even know how you giving me that. I sent you the link.
No,
earlier today.
I'm just terrible with technology. Is what it is.
That's fair. That's
all it comes down to. But yeah, no, man, I'm gonna be in here a lot more now. So I finally got everything set up back there. I'm kind of ready to go.
Oh, nice.
Nice. I like the setup, bro. I like the setup.
Yeah, setup.
I do like the setup.
Yeah, man. As soon as I get back, I'm waiting on my stool. But
yeah. So basically, I'll have to send you some videos on me going crazy on this subject, but.
All right.
Or you could just go back into this video, watch this video, because it pretty much covers it. But I've had this theory for about 5 weeks, JP. 5 weeks ago, I put this theory out, and let me pull up the chat because there's a chat here that it's very fitting. It's very fucking fitting. Where are you, Brian? Here we are. 5 weeks ago, they called me a fucking madman. 5 weeks ago. You guys in this chat, you guys from Ahmed, all you guys called me a fucking madman. Now we're 5 weeks in, and everything is seemingly coming true, coming into fruition. What I said 5 weeks ago, said 5 weeks ago is coming to fruition. So basically, we're talking about Victor Osimhen, okay, the striker for Napoli.
Yeah,
I've said for about the last 5 weeks that we're going to end up in a somewhat of a swap deal from Romelu Lukaku to Victor Osimhen in a couple weeks, okay? So you get caught up because I'm going to keep ranting. I'm going to keep ranting. You guys can jump in, okay?
I'll catch up as you go, yeah.
Okay. So there's also a few other things. Jonathan, you've been crushing it in the chat, Jonathan. Jonathan in the chat. Jonathan, my boy, thank you. Thank you, Jonathan. Now, how many other players can they go get? If they got to sell, if they have to sell right now, you're telling me right now they have to sell to go get Victor, how are they going to get this kid? This kid's 80 million from Benfica. How the fuck are they going to get this kid?
Yeah.
And he's number one target, by the way. Let's not get it twisted. He's been number one target for them since the beginning of the window. Number one target for them, João Neves. They want a combination of. I'm sorry, JK. I can barely hear you, buddy. You need to probably get closer to your mic or something along the lines of that. Bro, we're gonna let Prime. Prime's like my wavelength with Prime is. My wavelength is Prime is like. So
I mean that's his guy, Osimhen, no?
Yeah, I know. We've been on the same wave. We've been doing this for 5 weeks now. He was the one I did the original video with. So, Stars player, I'll pull him up. I'll pull up the news again for you if you didn't get to see it. I'll pull him back up again. So Neves is going to cost another 100 million. There was another player that they were linked with. I can't fucking think of it. but they're going to try to sell Ugarte to get Neves. That's a $70 million difference. And they're taking a loss on Ugarte.
Oh, yeah,
so you're
sure.
telling me they're about to take a loss on Ugarte, they're going to take a loss on Kolomuani, and then they're going to spend $200 million on 2 more players. When does FFP come in along? Gonzalo Ramos is part of this window, $80 million in this window on top of it.
Joe, you remember seeing the report, right? 170 million offer for Kvaratskhelia and Osimhen in the same deal as well. That was like
$170 million deal. $170 million deal. Basically, they're telling what's it called? Oh yeah, they gave 100. They tried to put 100 million out for Varadona. Then no one's getting Varadona.
What's his release clause? Like 130 million?
Nah, so he's gonna sign a new contract this upcoming year. Mm-hmm. And his release clause will be around that number, 120 to 130. Correct.
Somewhere on there.
But it's not on there yet. He hasn't signed it yet.
I see.
So Prime, let's go Prime. Well, Prime. Yeah, go for it, Nathan. I apologize.
They also submitted a 270 million euro offer for Yamin Lamal to Barcelona as well. So what this screams is this football club, PSG of course, are literally trying to take all the best talent there is, trying to replicate Real Madrid's model, the Galacticos model, because clearly PSG are trying to win the Champions League. We know they tried last year, they got close.
They'll never win the Champions League. They'll never win.
Yeah, I don't think they will as well. But
they'll never win it.
All I've seen in the last week and a half in terms of rumors and submitted bids from PSG is they're trying to copy Real Madrid's model and buy all the best talent there is because they don't like the squad they got, which they already spent like upwards of 130 million plus on the players they already bought. So they're just trying to bin that squad and just replace it with a complete new squad. Well, at least a forward line anyways. Again, if this club doesn't scream a joke, I don't know what does. The way that
so there's so many things about this that just screams that they're going to get transfer banned eventually.
Oh, 100%.
All right, so many things about this. And all right, League One, Prime has so many good points here. League One's great for developing young players, but he was already there. Yes. Why does he need to go back to League One? There's actually nothing that even provides a draw from League One outside of money. Is not that much of a draw because he is the most marketable African on the planet outside of Mo Salah. He is the most marketable African on the planet. Gosh, I wish people would see this. This is like a perfect goalie move. To get that, it's like, you're talking marketing. It's a perfect bully move, bro. It's a perfect one. Yeah, watch any of the videos on this channel. You'll just hear me screaming about this.
And not to mention, we employed those two. We employed those two scouts. Yeah, Joey. We employed those two scouts in Africa, right? They specialize in African talent. Yeah. So if you go and sign the most marketable African player as well, you know what that does to the young African kids? Seeing that and obviously being scouted by those new scouts.
Nathan. Big brain Nathan. Big brain alert, son. Big brain alert. Yo, Nathan. That's hitting it on the head, bro. That's hitting it on the head. Pause.
That's what it does.
Pause.
Pause.
Yeah, that's the end game, basically. If we're going to link it to Thanos and all that, that's the end game right there.
Where was I? Okay. Prime, we got to get Prime's points. All right. So, I said something about how we got the new set piece coach and what this set piece coach did to Tony's careers on set pieces. I mean, I'm sorry, Star Slayer. We haven't got to it yet. We'll get to it again. I already brought it up back at 15 minutes into the video. We're an hour in, but I'll bring it back up because I know there's more people in here that didn't get to see what I was talking about. But we'll do it one more time because we got a couple new homies. We got the homie in. I want him to get inclimated to what I do here. And then he's going to be a part of the streams as much as Nathan is because Nathan's every day. So. Yo, I'm telling you, bro. How do you? Come on, CNX gets it, bro. CNX gets it. Everyone's starting to understand it now. Everyone's starting to piece it all together. They're putting it in their bro. I put this shit in front of your heads 5 weeks ago, and you're starting.
Oh man, you went so hard.
Muted yourself.
Your mic went off. That's how hard you went, bro. I mean, your mic couldn't even take it anymore.
It took 5 weeks, bro. It took 5 weeks for you guys to understand what the fuck I was talking about, but here we are. Oh, dude. People don't understand the Drogba effect.
Exactly, Prime. That's what it.
They don't understand the Drogba effect, bro. They don't understand the Drogba effect. They don't understand it. It should still cook into this day. The Drogba effect.
Dude, I'm probably a Chelsea fan because of Drogba, to be honest.
Okay, there you go.
Most people our age are.
Yeah, that's true.
Amazing.
That's right, Safanov from Krasnodar. Yeah, that's true. A goalkeeper.
Like they need more goalkeepers. They went through like 3 years ago. They had like 9 on their books. They literally did. Remember, it was like
Kilo Navas,
Lafont, Navas, Donnarumma.
Yeah.
What's the kid from West Ham's name? The French one.
Areola.
They had Romero. Remember Romero, the Argentinian keeper?
Yep.
I don't think his name might have not been Romero.
I mean Sergio Romero.
Yeah, it might have been.
Yep.
It might have been. Why have we went when the big signings that we haven't they been the biggest names in each of their countries? Enzo, Caicedo, aren't they the biggest names in their countries?
Estival, Brazilian upcoming. Yeah, they are.
Estival, Paez, the biggest names in their countries.
Because people need to realize the lack of money that Chelsea are making right now compared to what they could make in terms of marketing, what sponsorship is. This is how they're doing it.
Jonathan, it was that Indian kid that showed up on Casually.
Yeah,
I remember that, bro. I remember that. He said we signed Estival over Olise because of shirt sales. And bro,
it's another way to get more money into the club.
It makes sense. Yep, K2. Yep. Hey, to each is their own, Kevin. I'm not gonna say hate on your example because I don't think Alvarez is a bad player whatsoever. So that's what I do. This is what I do if you don't know. This is what I do. I get excited for other people to get excited. That's why I'm on stream now doing it on my own.
Bring the energy.
Yo, thank you, CNAC. Please hit the like button. You did.
Starting to look that way.
If this was a few years ago where it looked like Mbappe was untouchable at PSG, yeah, I'd be worried with that Victor would go to PSG and link up with Mbappe. But right now, it's bonkers. Shit, you right, bro. And they got so many wingers. They got so many like attacking options. Like, I don't know.
Bradley Barcola and all them. Yeah.
Sergio Rico, thank you, Jonathan.
He's another goalkeeper there, yeah.
All during that time. They were all in the books at the same time, too. All the books in the same time.
Yeah.
Bro, Drogba.
Yeah.
Drogba was something different, bro. He was something that, like if you actually know the stories that are behind this guy and like what he represented for a country, it's absolutely amazing. It's something that you could never ever, you can't put into words what this guy has done. Like
legend.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, really.
Living legend. It's one of those guys where to me it comes to mind like I like to give those people their flowers while they're still here. You know what I mean? Like because
Yep.
you know, there's a lot of hate in this world, and I just feel like guys like that, it's like, bro, he's did a lot.
Yeah, I know, right? Shit.
You know what I mean? Did a lot of good.
Yeah, not just what he did on the football pitch. Yeah, I know what you mean.
So what I've said, what I've told people, JP, what I told everyone is me and Prime will be on stream for about an hour with 10 hats on if this happens. Okay, because we called it the 10 hat theory.
All right,
5 weeks ago. So we're gonna have 10 hats on. I'm buying 10 hats for all my friends in England too. Like I'm gonna buy either buy like a tin looking like bucket cap for everybody, then like send them all out to all the homies like that do streams, and everybody that I do streams with is gonna be wearing 10 hats if Victor Osimhen goes to Chelsea, like that ass. That's what we waiting for. Our tour is one of my first followers. He's my regular like. Comes on stream once in a while. Like that's
I'm gonna just go across the street and get some tinfoil. It's like
right, no.
there.
No, I know you'll get tinfoil, but I'm trying to set this up for everybody, right? Yeah. Like I got Lewis. Look, when I get Lewis on there with the tinfoil hat with the cornrows sticking out, that shit's gonna be fucking hilarious, son. I can't wait for that moment, bro. I literally can't wait. I really like that. I've been want this shit done so badly because like I will look like a fucking genius, son. I literally will. Like I look like a goddamn
you
genius.
Might be.
I swear to God. Swear to God, bro. Yeah, I mean, I like I said, I'm if we signed Alvarez, I'd be okay. I'd be happy. But once again, I think he's going to Spain. I think an Argentinian kid like that who's already won everything, he has no reason to stay in England. Plain and simple.
From what I heard, his issues stem from just a playing time. But yeah, I personally think he'd want to go to Spain and just try and win in a different league and whatnot.
So Jojo, I looked at the Brazilian league the other day. This is something cool to bring up. Actually, I like that you brought this up. We changed the subject a little bit here. I brought up the Brazilian league and the standings in the Brazilian league, and look at some of the teams that might get relegated, bro. Like this is actually crazy. This is like crazy to see. Look at some of these teams that might get relegated, bro. Corinthians, Grêmio, and Fluminense, bro. Those are giants in Brazil. Those are giants in Brazil. Corinthians, Grêmio, and Fluminense are at the bottom of the league. Fluminense, bro, we lost to Fluminense in the fucking Club World Cup.
Yeah.
Like fucking back in 2013, we lost them in the Club World Cup. They're getting relegated now. They probably getting relegated, bro, unless something changes. That's what I'm saying. Santos got relegated. The club that fucking
Neymar came from.
Neymar. Like one of these teams, we should be able to go scoop, bro, especially if they get relegated. That ass. We should be able to come scoop for one of these teams. You telling me we own Corinthians? We can't create a fucking academy over in Corinthians, one of the biggest fucking Brazilian clubs in Brazil? Like, come on, bro. Come on.
Sound like some Todd Bowley shit to do,
Come
too.
on, bro.
Yeah, it really does, doesn't it?
Come on. Tell me that shit don't make sense.
Makes a lot of sense to me.
Fucking don't mind if we get Alvarez. If we can't get Osimhen, just don't want Jackson deciding if we win trophies or not. Can't go through that again. I feel that, bro. I don't mind Jackson as a winger, to be honest. I've been very adamant about this. I like his abilities on the ball better one-on-one with a fullback than I do one-on-one with a center back. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
If you're telling me, remember, I think it was the Leeds, was it?
Yeah,
Nathan,
Prime.
where he played? Was it
that?
Leeds?
Who
did we play where Nico played left wing? And he was just like fucking, he was like backing motherfuckers down, the fullback down the entire time and spinning them.
I think it was Leeds, actually. Yeah.
In like the FA Cup or Carabao Cup or something like that.
Yeah, one of those, yeah. Or Aston Villa even, Artur.
Oh, that might have been at Villa. You're right. It was Villa. That ass, he's a legend, bro. He's a football legend. Drogba's a football legend.
I'll tell you what, though, this a long dream, but one day
I agree with this.
I want Yamal.
I like where your head's
One
at,
day.
JP.
One day.
We got a cold motherfucker at right wing. We good. We got a cold motherfucker at
this
right
shit
wing.
is different, bro.
But
You're right. Cole Palmer is
we
disgusting,
got such a cold motherfucker at right wing.
imagine them two together, boy.
Nah, Yamal's the same. I mean, you could because Cole
One
could
on
play in the
one
middle.
side, one on the other.
You could play
my
Cole in the
God.
middle.
Apparently,
The way I
Esteval
see it, the deal between
Esteval's for
Victor
the
and
middle.
Basie is done personal terms. They're just dealing with ADL. I somewhat agree with that, but I also somewhat agree that that Victor's agents are going to try and go and get him, try to go and see if PSG can do something. But in the end, I think it won't be. In the end, I don't think anything's going to happen. I don't think it's even going to be an issue. Yeah, bro. I know. CNAC, we gonna bring you on stream too. What we talking here, son? Like I'm playing. We been bringing you on stream too. I'll teach you how to make the hat right here on stream with me.
Super
You
simple.
needed a piece of tape and fucking tin.
And an
Tin foil.
imagination.
An imagination.
It could be
An
anything you want.
imagination. Yeah, I mean, he's a living legend, bro. It's not even like he's just a living legend. There's nothing more to it.
Seriously.
Yeah. Bro. Yo, that might be Fluminense might be the club, son. You just sent Thiago Silva back to Fluminense, right? He's at Fluminense right now, I think, right? He might be at Fluminense right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he is.
So he's at Fluminense, and you make him manager.
Yeah, Prime, that's what I was considering as well. They'd obviously try to sell it to Osimhen that he's like the face of PSG and whatnot. He'll take over from what Mbappe was at the club. But yeah, it's just the more you think about it, it just doesn't make sense from a career standpoint.
It really doesn't. Like, it really doesn't.
Like the fact that I think I saw a documentary on Victor Osimhen. This was like a couple of years back. The way he sort of spoke about his ambitions in football, this just kind of goes against what this sort of PSG project would represent to him anyway, because he was at Lille for those years and then moved from Lille to Italy and whatnot. He almost reminds me of like a
I just don't know why he would go back to France.
Yeah.
There's nothing there in my mind for the amount of money that we could potentially give him, right?
Yeah.
And the type of like the face of what he could be, right? At Chelsea. Like the way that his fucking idol growing up was. The face of what he could be. Okay. Yeah. To me, that makes no sense why you would go back to France. It makes zero sense, bro. Do you understand what, like, the idealization of Chelsea African American Chelsea players in the eras that we grew up in? The idealization of those players. Even fucking Victor Moses had some idealization. He was the captain of his fucking national team. Like, yeah, bro. Solomon, anytime, bro. Hit me up. Hit me up. You guys, the guys I know, I'm willing to do that with. Like JK, I know JK. I talk to JK on Twitter all the time. Fucking fucking Solomon, you're in every stream with me. Like those type of guys, yeah, bro. Yeah,
That's the
Big
thing.
Mike. Big Mike. That's what I'm saying, dog. That's what I'm saying, dog. That's what I'm saying, dog. Bro, I dead ass though, son. That's the type of shit that I just want, bro. I want the fear of God to be in them. I want the fear of God to be, bro. That's the striker you put the fear of God in you, son. When you have to worry about Cole and Cuckoo and fucking Caicedo and Reese and fucking
Enzo and all them.
hopefully Mudryk pulls his head out of his ass and then you put Victor up top to finish off chances. Nico, even play Nico with him. Play Nico with him. Play Nico with him.
Yeah.
Bro. That's what I'm saying. You play Nico with him. It doesn't have to be either or one or the other. You can play them together. Like, bro, these teams, everyone's going to sit back on us. If we get Victor, everyone's sitting back on us. Nobody will dare press us. No one would dare press. I'm telling you right now. Bro, and Cuckoo, how am I forgetting Cucurella? How can I forget Cucurella? My guy, Cucurella, by the way. My guy.
See the type of runs that Osimhen would be making for a player like Caicedo or Enzo to pick up a pass for him as well?
Oh, Reese. Yo, Reese will end with 10 assists. If Reese stays healthy, he gets 10 assists. There's no question about it.
Yeah, facts.
You guys see that?
Zero questions.
Oh, hold on for a second. Do you guys see that pass by Cucurella?
In the final, yeah, the final assist, yeah.
That was dirty. That was so dirty. I was like, yeah, it's my player.
The ground cross.
You don't got to tell me that, Prime. I already know that shit. I've been wanting this guy for 3 fucking years. He's been my favorite striker to watch.
How he beat him with that ball? He put such a
3 fucking years.
Amazing.
That's the thing, Solomon. I think there are similarities how Patson Daka was playing as well. Obviously, a tall African striker running in behind and whatnot, like Osimhen.
I mean, Patson Daka's. Here's the thing, bro. Right now, Solomon, we have opposite strikers to what he had last year.
That's true.
Leicester. We have opposite strikers. That's the realness of it. We have strikers that are opposite than to what he had at Leicester. So I don't know exactly what he would want. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if having a striker like that is exactly what he wants. But if he wants at least one of them to be like that, well, there you go.
That's the thing. Going to a bigger club, obviously, we can target better quality strikers that Leicester obviously could not be in the market for. So it just makes sense. I'm sure he's not going to turn down a striker like Osimhen. That's for sure.
Bro, I want to put it up like these guys. Fuck you, Adam. Fuck you, Adam. Fuck you, Adam.
He sounds like Prime there.
Yeah. No, Prime actually likes Reece James. He just hates that he's always injured.
Yeah, I know. He just wants the best for him. That's why he's so hard on him. Yeah.
He's so freaking good though.
Yeah,
he's one of the best. He's one of the best fullbacks in the world when he's fit.
Yeah, two-way, super two-way.
You also forgot KDH, Sinak.
Yeah, you also forgot KDH. Dude, I think Sinak, you're going to be impressed with the KDH after you watch him after you watch him in a few games. You're going to be like, okay, this kid can actually ball, bro.
Because I think the thing with Lavia is right because we've barely seen him play. He's going to have to be eased into the team. Like even though he's basically fit now, but like he's going to have to be eased into the team.
I think our midfield balance that we have if we sell Gallagher and we send Leslie on loan, the balance that we have is perfect.
Yep.
In my opinion. Because you have 2 for each position, right? One gets hurt, you can always move Cole inside if you need to. But then you have 5, you have 6 solid fucking midfielders. Solid. Oh, bro, this is the shit I dream of. Prime. This is the shit I dream of.
Yep.
This is the shit I dream of. bro. Bro, if we get Victor, I might put my ass on the line. I swear to God, that's how confident I am. This guy will absolutely be destructive in this league. Like, I might put my ass on the line. I might say we might just win. We might just win the entire league if with Victor. Yeah. Pause. Fucking pause. Pause. Okay. Pause.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I might predict we may win the goddamn league if we start off quick.
It's about time it rolls to somebody new.
Doesn't sound so delusional to me, to be honest.
Yeah. But I will.
Is special,
I
bro.
might.
Cole Palmer's special.
That's what I'm saying,
if
bro.
you surround him with the right talent, he's special,
Exactly,
bro.
JP. Exactly.
Bro,
I feel like, you know what I feel like? I want to say this. I got to get it off my chest. I feel like the gods are giving us back one for Kevin De Bruyne going to Man City. I think we're getting one back. I think we're getting one back.
We did. And then
you know what I mean? And I think that it's now our time. It's like you had your fun. It's now our time now.
Not only that, we beat Real Madrid. Not only that, JP, we beat Real Madrid to the real Brazilian talent. You get what I mean?
Fuck you, Adam. No. What if we just played fuck the wingers, a three up top, Palmer in the 10 with them 2 up top. I need to go grab a joint paper. I'll be right back.
That's the thing as well, JP. The way we signed Esteval over Endrick as well, which obviously Real Madrid. Obviously, we don't know how good Endrick's going to actually become, but from what we've seen from Esteval, is I think we got the real generational talent out of Brazil. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So
and it's like these dudes are so young, man.
Yeah,
they're
17.
So young.
Our scouting has got so much better. I don't know about Joey's thoughts on this, but our scouting has gone up exponentially in terms of the talent that we are signing, and just the way they identify the talent, like the leagues they're going in, countries they're going for, and whatnot to buy these players. So much more thorough now. So yeah, we're gonna be good. That's what I say. That's true. Prime did a lot of shit.
Yo, if he won the league, Solomon, I'd do it.
Yeah.
If he won the league, I'd do it.
I might get a Chelsea logo on my ass. You know what I mean? But it's like,
this guy.
I might do that. I might do that anyway, though. So.
Don sees the vision, son. Don sees the vision, bro.
Yeah, he's just optimistic, innit? And the thing is, like, he has every right to be optimistic, just like we do. Maybe for different reasons, but like
this is why I don't want us to buy a left winger.
Yeah. The thing is, Esteval's going to be. I don't know if you saw the quote, Joey, but apparently Esteval's agent said that he's going to play the 10 for us. Which I 100% understand, because that kid is one of those wingers that has vision. They can actually spot a different kind of pass or cross that typical wingers just do not.
It's the dribbling.
So if you put him in the 10, this kid's going to be pulling out all kinds of assists and whatnot, as well as goals.
Yeah, it's the dribbling for me, bro. It's the dribbling for me.
Yeah, I mean,
it's the dribbling. It's the dribbling. When it comes to the dribbling, I'm talking not necessarily like the style of dribbling. It's the efficiency of dribbling that he has. It's the mental idea of what needs to be done before it comes. You know
100%. His football IQ is
immense. It's like he sees the line to the line of the goal. Like at his age, you don't see dribblers like that at his age.
Oh, you put a player like that in the number 10. Oh, they're unbearable. You can't handle a player like that.
He's so 100%. Young. He's probably gonna grow too, bro. He's probably gonna end up growing.
Can you imagine he grows to like 6 foot plus? Oh shit.
I mean, he still could, bro. He's young.
Yeah, he's still good.
He's
Give me
still
Paul
young,
Pogba.
bro.
Give me Paul Pogba vibes with a better dribbling ability. That's ridiculous.
Nah, bro. If he got to 5'10", 5'11",
Yeah, even
somewhere
5'10".
around there, he'd be straight.
Nah,
He'd be
the way the
straight.
kid plays football, yeah, no, that's how
It's
Temper changes.
scary.
Palmer, obviously, with him
It's
next to
scary
him.
to see someone that talented at that age. Like him and Yamal, it's scary to see that type of talent. Like Yamal's
100%.
different, but the same.
He
though.
is. He is.
He's
Bro, that
different,
goal
but
that
the same.
Yamal had, I was like,
But
okay.
that's the thing.
I was like, okay.
Yeah, but I think
He's
Jonathan as well.
different,
They
but the
would
same.
rotate positions as well.
Yeah,
I don't necessarily think they would stick
did
to
you
the way
see-
Estival plays.
Jonathan, did you see how Palmer and Saka played together in the second half of the
It's
game?
the same thing. Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like you guys they overlap for each other is the thing.
Yeah.
Is the thing. That's what you're gonna see this year a lot. Is gonna be that midfielder overlapping for the winger to create the one-on-ones a lot more. And it's not gonna and as you know, as we've spoken about multiple times on this channel so far, Jonathan, and I know you've been a part of it so far, but like that that fullback's gonna invert to the midfield to create the balance in the sense. So that's what you're gonna look for. Okay, it's gonna be that midfielder and that's why I could still see Nkuku play that midfielding that midfielder role that Kieran Dewsbury Hall does, but on the right hand side.
Yeah.
I could see that happening, but just depending on what Dewsbury Hall I'm excited to see what this kid can do.
So
I really am.
Yeah.
Because he's never had like the talent that he's had around him like he has now.
Yeah.
He's never had the talent. He's never had fucking Caicedo next to him. Like
and Enzo with his passing range and all that, yeah. He hasn't played with any players like that before.
Yeah, I'm excited for this kid because I think that he's going to be something. I think he's going to be like a breath of fresh air for the English fans that are when we lose Gallagher. They'll be like, oh, I got a new guy. I got a new guy I could support that's English and white.
So true.
It's personally not me, but yeah, I know what Joey's saying. There's definitely people in our fan base like that, 100%.
Fucking white bread, bro. That's what we're talking about. White fucking bread.
Like, I'm not saying he has to be white. I just saying I want him to look a little bit like JP. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A little bit like that, but English.
At least, you know what it is? You know what it is? KDH, you know what it is with KDH is he ain't no pretty boy, so he can't get no like. Maybe if he shaved the mustache and the facial hair, he might become a pretty boy. But like he ain't Conor Gallagher, fucking slick blonde hair, like blue eyes, like every
David Beckham's nephew.
I need some spices in my shit, son. Keep the spices in the midfield. If you're gonna bring me a little bit of fucking beans and toast, I need spices in the midfield. You know, I can't eat beans and toast without spices.
Yeah.
Like, let's fuck.
Yeah.
Jojo's
right.
That's why we bought him. But he's a better version of our white bread. You're buying your white bread. You go buy like the store brand white bread. And then you go get Wonder Bread. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully KDH is Wonder Bread. You know what I mean? They're all white bread in the end. But one bread's a little better than the other.
Right. Sometimes
when you think about it, it's not wrong.
You need all of them. That's the thing, though. You need all of them to make a meal.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? That's why I said spices, because then we got like they're both of Hispanic origin, so we could just use the word spices.
I was getting that.
Fucking what kind of spices you guys use in England? Pepper?
Oh, that's a good one. Who knows? What's that one in Australia they use?
Yo, I gotta find it. I gotta just go Nathan, when I go to London in November, I'm gonna just like strictly eat Mediterranean food while I'm out there. I'm not gonna eat nothing else. Just gonna trust.
Well, you're speaking my language.
I'm gonna trust my Arabic brothers while I'm out there. I'm not about to do nothing else. I might go one time to an African restaurant with like Lewis or something, but like other than that, I'm doing strictly Arabic food while I'm there.
Arabic food's good while you're there too, though.
Trust my Arabic brothers with my food while I'm out there. That's all.
Hey, how about this? I was over in Dubai or Bahrain actually originally, so I was in Bahrain and like at this like hotel that the military paid for, and I like got off at the wrong like elevator stop, and it was just like this restaurant. It was like Arabic. I was like, let's try this out. That shit was delicious, son. Delicious. It might have been one of the best meals I've ever had. I don't even know what it was to this day. It was some kind of fish.
Jonathan, Jamaican and African, I'll do both those. I'll do both.
Oh, Jamaican's delicious as well.
Nah, bro, I can't go to London. I don't need to go to a chicken shop in London. Son, I can fry my own chicken here.
What is that? A chicken pot pie place or what is that? What's a chicken shop?
Fried chicken.
Just regular chicken?
Yeah. Fried chicken. Fried chicken.
Fried chicken. Hey, I like me some fried chicken.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna trust no fucking somebody from England frying my chicken. Nah, I'm good.
Well, you gotta give them a shot. You never know.
Nah, I ain't doing no Nando's. What are we talking about here? I want my stomach to be
Yeah, it just depends how adventurous you want to be.
Nah,
if I'll eat KFC, I'll eat anything. All right, like, I'll try it.
It's KFC, but worse because it's England. Exactly, Adam.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of countries have shit.
Plus,
KFC
I don't even fucking like fried food, bro. I don't like fried food like that.
Yeah.
I like French fries. Outside of that, though, like I don't.
I wish I could say the same.
Like that's why I'm saying I'm about to strictly stay Mediterranean, and then I'm gonna do a couple of these, like, Jamaican. I'm gonna go get me some jollof at whoever says is the best at jollof.
Deep frying, I'd eat that.
Nathan, you hear what I just said?
Yeah.
You hear what I just said? I said I'm gonna get jollof at whoever says they're the best at jollof.
Nice.
Oh man. All right. So we've gone an hour 30. We talked a bunch of Victor. I went an hour 30 stream on just Victor. You see that? You see how good I am at that? You see how good I'm getting at this shit? An hour 30 just on Victor, boys. Okay? So we're going to end it here. We could, Jojo, we about to be in England at the same time. Chopped cheese. Oh, New York chopped cheese. Oh, they don't know about that life, bro. They don't know about that life. They don't know about that life, bro. And they don't know about that bacon, egg, and cheese on a whatever kind of bagel, sesame normally for me, bro. Bacon, egg, and cheese on sesame out in Long Island. They don't even know about that life. They don't know about that life, Jojo. They don't know about that life. All right. I'm ending it here. I hope you guys have a great day. We're gonna probably be live tomorrow because something always happens on Tuesdays because Chelsea always comes out with stupid shit on Tuesdays. Something stupid always comes out on Tuesdays. Something that outrages the fan base for some dumb reason, for no fucking reason. Once again, you guys in England. Remember my favorite saying about you guys. Hysteria is a hobby for you. Hysteria is a hobby. Bless up, people. Have a great day.
Take care, everyone.